Number 1 best food to unclog arteries. Do you think aspirin is the best way to prevent a heart attack? For decades, millions of people over 60 have been told to take one pill a day as a life-saving habit. But what if there were a simpler, safer way, one that didn't require medication? There's a natural food, often overlooked, that has been proven to help clear arteries, reduce inflammation, and prevent blood clots. In fact, it's been shown to work even better than aspirin. Did you know that in a large 5-year study, just one compound from this food reduced heart attacks and strokes by as much as 25%? So why aren't doctors talking about it more often? And why is this the first time you're hearing about it?
Why do 80% of strokes happen suddenly? Have you ever heard of a seemingly healthy relative who woke up one morning, suffered a stroke without warning, and was gone within minutes? No symptoms, no time to react, everything happened in an instant. The strange truth is that nearly 80% of heart attacks and strokes are caused by one thing. Not cholesterol, not high blood pressure, but blood clots. Have you ever wondered why older adults often feel dizzy in the morning? Why, the moment you sit up, you sometimes feel lightheaded or unsteady? The reality is that in the early morning, your body produces more cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that help you wake up, but also increase clotting risk. Your system is gearing up for the day by speeding circulation. But if your arteries already have plaque buildup, it only takes one small clot to block the flow, just like a traffic jam on a narrow road. So why are older adults more vulnerable? Because the body's blood pressure and circulation regulation systems aren't as responsive as they used to be. The endothelium, the inner lining of your arteries, becomes thinner and more fragile. Platelets, the cells that help your blood clot, become overactive, ready to stick together the moment they sense a tiny scratch inside a vessel. Have you noticed this when you stand up too quickly and feel your vision dim or your heart beating harder than usual? If the main cause isn't cholesterol but blood clots, then the goal shouldn't just be to cut fat from your diet. It should be to keep your blood flowing smoothly without clumping. Have you ever thought about cleaning the river inside your body? So the real question is, if we know the highest risk is in the morning and comes from blood getting stuck, is there a natural way to keep the flow clear from the start? Something that doesn't just fight clots after they form, but stops them from forming in the first place.
Aspirin. Help or harm? For years, one of the most common pieces of advice for people over 60 was take one low-dose aspirin every day. No prescription needed, no doctor's supervision, just a quiet, life-saving habit. Have you heard that before? Maybe you or someone in your family have followed it for years. And it's true, aspirin has helped many people avoid a second heart attack. But did you know that official medical guidelines changed after 2022? The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force now advises that aspirin is no longer recommended for everyone over 60 to prevent heart disease unless specifically prescribed by a doctor. Why the change? Because the benefits no longer outweigh the risks. And do you know what those risks are? Aspirin works by inhibiting platelets, making it harder for your blood to clot, reducing the risk of a clot forming. Sounds reasonable, right? But what happens when your body needs to heal a small tear inside a blood vessel or when there's a tiny ulcer in your stomach? In that moment, poor clotting becomes a double-edged sword. Many older patients have been hospitalized for gastrointestinal bleeding or even brain hemorrhage simply because they took aspirin regularly without realizing they were slowly wearing away their body's protective lining. Have you ever had a dull stomachache after taking medication on an empty stomach in the morning? Or seen blood in your stool without knowing why? These could be signs your body is reacting to the drug. And here's something even more surprising. Aspirin does not prevent hemorrhagic stroke, it only works against strokes caused by blood clots. So if aspirin is no longer safe for everyone and bleeding risk rises with age, the important question becomes, is there another way to thin the blood without disrupting your body's natural protective systems? Is there something that can regulate platelets intelligently rather than shutting them down completely? a way to protect the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, instead of silently damaging it like aspirin can. And if such a thing exists, a natural compound proven effective in clinical trials, would you want to know its name?
The natural solution, EPA, the heart's best-kept secret. There's one question I often ask my older patients. Did you know your blood is programmed to balance itself? When you're young, your body automatically regulates everything, from blood pressure to repairing vessel damage. But as we age, those mechanisms slow down. And if we keep forcing the body to depend on medication without supporting it naturally, that imbalance only gets worse. Here, I'm talking about a very special compound, one that most people overlook, yet modern science holds in very high regard. EPA, or eicosapentaenoic acid. This is an omega-3 fatty acid, but unlike DHA or other types of omega-3s, EPA works directly on blood clotting, vascular inflammation, and the structural health of your blood vessels. Did you know that in a 5-year study involving over 8,000 patients, taking pure EPA, icosapentaenoid, reduced the risk of heart attack, stroke, and cardiovascular death by 25%? And this wasn't an observational guess. It was a gold standard, randomized, controlled clinical trial. The most remarkable part? This benefit came without the increased bleeding risk seen with aspirin. So how does EPA work? Unlike aspirin, which stops platelets from sticking together by blocking an enzyme, EPA actually helps reprogram the platelet cell membrane, making blood more flexible and less likely to form abnormal clots. It doesn't disable the system. It supports your body so it works like it did when you were younger. Have you ever felt forced to choose between effectiveness and safety? Strong medications often bring heavy side effects, while natural options can feel too weak. EPA is the exception. It not only helps blood flow smoothly, but also stabilizes arterial plaque, reduces inflammation inside the vessels, and protects the endothelium, the very starting point of most heart problems. And here's the best part. EPA isn't locked inside some expensive prescription drug. It's found in a simple, accessible food many people ignore because they think it's just fish oil. Can you guess what food it is? It doesn't just contain EPA, it also delivers 2 other bodyguards your heart desperately needs.
Why cod liver oil is the king of heart-healthy foods? When most people hear fish oil, they think of brain health, lowering cholesterol, or maybe just helping with dry eyes. But have you ever heard anyone call a certain oil nature's aspirin? That's exactly how many cardiologists now describe cod liver oil, a traditional remedy that's quietly being celebrated again by modern science. Remember EPA, that natural anti-clotting compound? Cod liver oil is packed with it, often in higher amounts than many standard fish oils. But its real uniqueness doesn't stop there. What makes it truly special is the powerful trio it delivers all at once. EPA, vitamin A, and vitamin D, 3 essential allies for vascular health. You've probably heard vitamin A helps with eyesight. What you may not know is that the active form of vitamin A, retinol, in cod liver oil can repair epithelial tissues, essentially the inner skin of your body, including the endothelium of your arteries. When this lining is healthy, it doesn't send false signals for platelets to gather, meaning clot risk is reduced right at the source. And vitamin D. In a comparative study of over 1,000 compounds, vitamin D ranked as the most effective for protecting the endothelium, boosting nitric oxide production, the molecule that naturally relaxes blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and fights inflammation. Pair vitamin D with vitamin K2, found in some fermented foods, you also help prevent calcium buildup in artery walls, reducing vascular calcification. You see,
If aspirin is a double-edged sword, helping in one way while harming in another, cod liver oil acts more like a shield, quietly reinforcing your body's natural defenses without disrupting its finely tuned biology. Have you ever thought, "I wish I'd known this sooner"? Many people, after trying it, notice their morning dizziness fades, nagging chest discomfort disappears, sleep improves, and blood pressure stabilizes. All from something simple, natural, and easy to get. But is cod liver oil right for everyone? Are there things you should watch out for before making it part of your daily routine? And if you're already taking aspirin, could it replace it? Those are the next questions we need to answer.
Who should and shouldn't take cod liver oil daily? You might be thinking, this sounds great, but should I actually take it? That's a smart and important question, because even though cod liver oil is natural, it contains powerful active compounds, and the key is using it for the right people in the right way. If you're over 60, have a history of high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or have experienced occasional chest discomfort without a clear diagnosis, cod liver oil can be an excellent addition. It's especially worth considering if you often feel dizzy when standing up, have had unexplained falls, or if your blood pressure medication sometimes feels too strong. These could be signs your body needs a more natural rebalancing. However, certain groups should be cautious. If you're taking strong anticoagulants like warfarin or have recently had surgery, talk to your doctor before adding cod liver oil. While it's gentler than aspirin, the EPA in cod liver oil can still influence clotting, and that needs monitoring. You also need to watch your vitamin A intake. 1 small teaspoon of cod liver oil per day is usually enough. More can lead to excess, especially if you're already taking a multivitamin containing vitamin A. Choose a wild-caught product. Avoid those with fillers or contaminants, and look for proof of heavy metal testing. Ever felt overwhelmed by the dozens of fish oil products out there? Unsure where to start? Worried about marketing hype? Keep it simple. Choose cod liver oil, low dose, from a trusted brand, and watch how your body responds. It doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. You might have thought your body was simply wearing out with age, but here's what I want you to know. It's waiting for you to help it function the way it was meant to. And cod liver oil, humble though it may seem, can be one of the quietest yet most reliable allies on that journey. So, what could be even more important than cod liver oil, even more vital than aspirin? What truly protects your heart, no matter your age? You may have thought, at my age, I have no choice but to take medication. And you're not wrong to trust your doctor, to trust science. But real science, true science, isn't just about drugs. Real science is when we understand what the body needs to return to its natural state of balance.
Remember when I first mentioned aspirin? That tiny pill once seemed like a miracle. But as you've now seen, even miracles can have a dark side. Thankfully, nature never leaves us alone. Quietly, cod liver oil carries within it 3 of the most important nutrients for your heart: EPA, vitamin A, and vitamin D, working together like a fine-tuned machine, reducing inflammation, supporting the endothelium, preventing blood clots, and keeping your circulatory system steady. Do you know the best part? You don't have to change your entire life. You don't have to stop your medication overnight. Just 1 small, proper addition each day, and then let your body do the rest. If you've ever had a sudden, unexplained fall, woken up dizzy, or heard about a friend passing away unexpectedly, you know that fear all too well. But you are not powerless. You can still help your body defend itself against the silent storm within, not with fear, but with understanding. And if you are the child of an 80-year-old mother whose strength is fading, or the wife worried about her husband after his first stroke, you already know 1 small decision today could be tomorrow's survival. If what you've just heard is helpful, share it with the person you love most. Sometimes just one video can save a heart from its next blockage. And if you're unsure, don't be afraid to ask your doctor. Show them what you now know, because you are not just a patient. You are the person who knows your own body best.